guys, welcome to Mbali Talks. In today's video, I want to share with you 5 Fiverr gigs that you can start today with zero capital, but that you can actually turn into full-time business. As per YouTube tradition, please do remember to hit the subscribe button so that you can join our amazing community. And also, please do hit the like button. It costs absolutely nothing. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So I know that sometimes when you think of businesses, you think, oh my goodness, I must have a skill, and or I need a business plan, and or I need to have an Instagram account, and even an online shop, and or a website. Guys,
wait.
I'm here to share with you 5 Fiverr gigs and or businesses that you can start. 1, with zero experience. 2, that don't require any capital. 3, that don't even require you to be anywhere on social media. For those that are social media phobic, I'm not sure if that's a word, but yes, it is a word today, that you can actually use to make money all the way in the comfort of your home. The best part is also, some of these businesses don't even require you to do a single thing. So if I were you, I would stay glued to this video just so that you can get all this information that can actually help you if maybe you've been looking for a side hustle for the longest time, but you've been feeling like, you know what, I don't want to sell a product, and or I don't have marketing skills, and or I just don't want to show my face in the form of, say, maybe start a YouTube channel, etc. Today, I'm going to spill the tea of the tea on types of businesses that you can actually do without any skill, without any capital, that don't require you to be actively on social media. The first Fiverr business that you can actually start with zero capital and no skill at all is a transcription business. What I like about being a transcriber on a platform like Fiverr is the fact that unlike all the other platforms that I've recommended on the channel, on where you can actually work as a transcriber, there are no tests involved in order for you to be able to start. All you need to do is just create your profile on Fiverr, put in something like a picture the same way that we use thumbnails here on YouTube, and just say that, you know what, I'm willing to transcribe for you for 60 minutes at this whatever rate. The best part also about being, say, maybe an African accent person is the fact that you can actually put yourself in a more competitive position by saying that you're able to understand more African and or deeper accents. There are people online that are looking for people that kind of can understand African accents better, and you find that the rest of the world that is offering the same services cannot really understand our deep African accents. Say maybe you're from East or West Africa. That's where you come in, because you find that people like us from Africa have a lot of experience hearing each other's accents and languages, and therefore you can use that as a selling point for yourself, for your transcription business on a platform like Fiverr. In addition, for the transcription business, unlike the platforms that you find you need to apply for, you don't have to have like a software that is going to help you to transcribe. All you need is to have Microsoft Excel and also the audio that they're going to send you for you to be able to jot down what they're basically saying in that audio, depending on speaker 1 or speaker 2 or however many speakers there are on that audio. And when you go on Fiverr, you're going to realize that if you type in transcription to see how many people are actually offering transcription services, there are a lot of people on the platform. However, some of them are now dormant accounts. So what you do is to go and click online sellers, which is what Fiverr is going to show you as the people that are currently active on Fiverr. And when I went for transcription to check, when I was doing the research for this video, I discovered that I think there's only about 211 people that are actively offering transcription services, which basically means there isn't much competition. You can't tell me that there's 211 people servicing 7 billion people around the world with transcription services, because a lot of people use platforms like Fiverr for them to be able to get cheaper services from clients and or from service providers like yourself. If you're a beginner, you don't even need to have a certificate. I mean, you can decide to take a qualification for a thing like transcription, but quite honestly, you don't need a qualification for it. You can literally just wing it. And then you can decide to start your rates. I think the starting rates that I saw were like 92 Rand when I converted them to Rands, say maybe 100 Rand for 60 minutes. If you were to be able to score yourself an audio that's 3 hours, that's an easy 300 Rand that you would have made per day. Multiply that, say maybe by 5. If you're able to have 5 days in a week where you're able to do your transcription work, that's an easy 1,500 Rand per week of you running that business all the way in the comfort of home with only your laptop, typing on Microsoft Excel and sending back to the client. The best thing that you can do for yourself to make sure that you're able to continue consistently working on a platform like Fiverr is, of course, to do a good job. Ideally, on your first 5 customers, do an excellent job. I'm not saying slack on your other customers, but I'm just saying it's very important for you to impress the first few people that are actually going to come and look for your services. Because those people are going to leave good reviews, you're going to find yourself on a 4.5 or a 4.9 star rating, which when other customers come to look for the similar services, you're going to be one of the first people that the platform is going to show because you're going to have a high star rating. So transcription is definitely one of the jobs that I'd look out for if you have no skill and or you have zero capital, but you'd like to start a business on a platform like Fiverr. The second business that you can actually start on a platform like Fiverr with no experience and zero capital is background removal on images. Guys, this must be the easiest business in the entire world because 1, you don't need skill. 2, it literally takes 5 minutes for you to be able to remove the background from any image. And 3, there are platforms like the one I'm going to suggest to you that you can actually use for you to be able to remove the background of any image without paying anybody a single cent and or without paying that platform a single cent for you to be able to use their services. The first platform that I'm going to recommend is one that you actually have to pay a bit of money, but I think it's worth mentioning because if you're able to pay their monthly subscription, it means you're opening yourself up to a lot of other premium services that they offer. Say, for example, being able to create thumbnails for people like me, etc. And this is Canva. I ideally use Canva on all of my videos when it comes to creating images and thumbnails and even ads for my businesses. Canva is the platform that I use. And even though I'm on the free option, I do know that if you want to have access to background removal of images, then you have to pay a slight premium, which I feel like if you're willing to run this business full time, then it does make sense for you to pay a bit of a premium every month to a platform like Canva for you to be able to offer other services to your clients other than just removing the background in their images. The second platform that I'll recommend for you to use if you want to get free access to removing backgrounds of images, which I ideally think is great for someone who is a beginner of this business, is a platform called removal.bg. All you have to do is just create your profile and or your account on a platform like removal.bg and then you're good to go. The platform will basically allow you to upload whatever image that you want to upload and then give you tools to remove, you know how those tools work, around that picture so that everything else that falls outside the image that your client is actually targeting ends up being blank and or is totally removed. There's no skill involved in this business, guys. There's no money involved in this business if you decide to go the free route of removal.bg. So it's definitely one of the businesses that I feel like you literally are going to be making money for absolutely nothing. The best part about being on a platform like Fiverr is the fact that you're exposing yourself to a lot of other people around the world. When I went into the platform to research for this video, I discovered that I think there's about 1,200 or 1.3 roughly people that are actively offering services to remove backgrounds on images. This is a small number compared to all the other people that are actually looking for that kind of service. So that basically means competition is not too high and or the industry is not yet saturated for you to be able to actually use it. With regards to the rate, you can basically decide how much you want to be charging per picture, but I would ideally advise you to offer a package to say maybe you're willing to charge say maybe 150 to remove the background from 5 images. That just kind of sets you apart compared to all the other people that I'd seen on a platform like Fiverr. On top of that, because the job is such an easy job, it's very easy for you to quickly get onto the 5-star rating, which basically means there really is not much competition in this business. Firstly. Secondly, it's a very easy business to do. Therefore, it's very easy for you to provide a service that can satisfy your clients enough for them to give you a 5-star rating. So it's definitely one of the businesses that I would consider on a platform like Fiverr. The third business that you can start on a platform like Fiverr with no experience and zero capital is something that is totally exciting to me, especially when I saw that there literally is no competition on the platform. This is to do unboxing videos. Guys, the typical way of influencing is no longer just for celebrities and people that look fancy and people that have money to hire photographers to follow them around to take great quality images. Now, influencing can literally be you making money by getting free stuff, recording a 1-minute, 2-minute video of yourself, explaining those free things that you've received, and sending it back to the client in the form of an unboxing video on a platform like Fiverr. The best part again about using a platform like Fiverr is the fact that you literally don't have to invest any money into marketing. All you have to do is to create a profile on Fiverr and say, hey guys, I am willing to unbox your video and or I am willing to unbox your product and actually explain what the products in the box are, what the products do, etc. This is a great business for someone who's maybe in the skincare and or in the makeup and or in the hair, and even especially the most popular, the tech industry. So if you're someone who likes gadgets, this is definitely the best business for you, because on top of that, you will be getting the products absolutely free and also still get paid for the fact that you're going to be doing an unboxing video. As much as there's a lot of internet and social media content going on, companies are always looking for more and more content that they can actually post across all of their social media platforms. They are looking for content in the form of pictures, in the form of videos, in the form of dances on TikTok, etc. So your business as being an unboxer is definitely one of the businesses and or the types of content that businesses are actually looking for out there, and they're willing to pay you for. The exciting thing that I noted when I was on Fiverr looking for unboxing videos, or rather people that are offering the service, is the fact that I think there's literally 211. Am I true? Is it? Yeah, around that much. But when you drill it down to say how many are actually active, it's literally about 14 people, guys, or 11. But it's like a very small number, which basically means the competition is still very low. You still have a wide chance of actually being able to start an unboxing service on a platform like Fiverr and actually start making money. The minimum that I saw for unboxing videos was 92 Rand, and it goes all the way up. I think the highest I saw was 2,755. This guy is basically getting paid 2,800 Rand to unbox and to create an explainer video on what he's basically unboxing for those clients. Guys, obviously everyone can start small, but I think you can probably land yourself in a medium of say maybe 120 or 150 or even 200 Rand as your starting fee. Also, what you can do is to try maybe do an unboxing of products that you already use and or you already like using, so that you can show your clients as a demo of what they could potentially be hiring you for if they were to choose you to offer that service to them. So that's definitely one of the businesses that I'd recommend for you to try out to set up on a platform like Fiverr that require no experience and zero capital. The fourth business that you can try out is for you to become a software tester. Guys, this is one of the easiest jobs, and also it's very similar to applying on some of the platforms that I've actually recommended for you in last week's video, where people are willing to pay you for you to be able to test their apps and or websites before they launch them to your actual customers. The nice thing about being on a platform like Fiverr is the fact that you're going to get exposed more than just being on platforms like TestBirds or Playtest Cloud. You're going to open yourself up to a wider market from all over the world of people that are wanting people like yourself who are willing to take a bit of their time and their Wi-Fi and of course their device and be able to test certain apps and or websites. In addition, this is literally one of the best jobs if you're looking for a job that you can do while working online, because it does not discriminate. Wherever you're from in the world, being a software tester or an app tester is one of the easiest jobs for you to be able to apply on and or to actually do and or to offer as a service on a platform like Fiverr as a way for you to be able to create a bit of a side hustle for yourself. I think the highest amount that I saw on the platform was 912 when I was doing my research for someone who's willing to say, hey, and obviously this is someone who has a bit more experience with testing apps, but that person is going to literally be getting paid 1,000 Rand for them to test a website and or an app to check if the app works, if there are any bugs on the app, how the app actually feels like to someone who's going to be coming on as a client to potentially use it after it has already launched. On top of that, all you basically get to do while you're testing the app, and this is something that I've experienced on because I'm currently using UTest as a platform for me to be able to make a bit of extra money as a software tester. All you have to do when you're testing basically is the fact that you have to have your voice recorder on, which is basically your microphone on any device. And while you're testing the device, you're talking, you're saying, oh, this button doesn't work, or this button actually works, or I don't like the fact that this thing is layered at the bottom, it should ideally be at the top. That's all the things that people that are offering apps are wanting from you as a software tester. And that's basically the service and a job and a business that you're going to be offering if you put yourself up on a platform like Fiverr. Currently, there's about 682 registered software testers on a platform like Fiverr, which again basically means low competition and allows you the opportunity to actually join the platform, create a profile for yourself, and actually take advantage of that space with regards to having a business like that. To create a bit of competitive advantage when you're trying to be a software tester, what you can do on a platform like Fiverr is to also add the types of devices that you have, because it's not everyone that wants to use, say, maybe an Android and or an Apple. If you have both devices, like some people that I know, I'm guilty as charged. If you have both types of devices, then it puts you in an even more higher competitive advantage because there'll always be someone who's willing to hire you to test their apps on either an Android and or an iOS software. So it's definitely one of the businesses that I recommend for you to try out on Fiverr that require no skill and zero capital. The fifth business that you can start without any experience on Fiverr and or having zero capital is a photography business of you taking pictures of random things that the client requests. This is a perfect business for someone who feels like, you know what, I'm not into social media, nor do I want my face to show when I'm doing my work. Because all the images that you're going to be taking basically belong to the client and not yourself. So that's kind of a relief on you. On top of that, everyone nowadays basically has a good camera quality phone. And it doesn't even have to be the latest iPhone or the latest Samsung. All you need is just a camera that takes good quality pictures, and if the client is okay with it, you can add a bit of spice by editing those pictures before you can send them to the client. For example, I have a Huawei P30 Pro and it's about 3 or 4 years old now, but I still use it when I'm taking content for my travel channel because that's how good it is in terms of quality. So that basically means you don't need the latest phone. Just have a phone that has good quality pictures. The images that you take that a client could want could basically be anything. Buildings, a sky, a picture of a coffee, or it could actually be pictures of products that the client has actually sent to you. So you win in two ways. First of all, you get free merchandise, and then secondly, you get paid to take pictures of that free merchandise for the client. Competition on Fiverr for this kind of business is very low. I did see that there's about 682 people that are currently registered to say that they're offering that kind of service. But when I went to online sellers, which is basically the ones that are active, it boiled all the way down, I think, to about 112. So again, this allows you a bit of time and a space to enter that kind of market because for all you know, you're probably better than more than half the people that are on the platform offering the same service. Your minimum rating can start from 150 for you to be able to offer a service like that. However, I would advise you again to offer this kind of business as a package. To say maybe you're willing to take, say maybe 5 and or 10 images of random things that the client has listed for you for a fee of say maybe 500 Rand. These are easy things to find. A flower, a tree, the sky, the moon, whatever. If you're somebody who's a photography enthusiast, even if you're not a professional photographer, which if you're a professional photographer, this is actually one of the businesses that you should be doing online instead of waiting for people to come to your studio to do photo shoots. But even if you're not a professional photographer, all you need again is a good image, a good eye for what you think looks nice in terms of pictures, and voila, you've got a business all set up on a platform like Fiverr. With all that said, I've come to the end of this video. I do hope that you found this video useful for you. If you guys hadn't noticed, today it was so difficult to shoot this video because I was trying to speak a bit slowly because I've had a lot of requests from people saying that I talk a bit too fast. However, if you still feel like I talk a bit too fast, please don't be afraid. Just go into the description box. I've got all the list of the businesses that you can do on Fiverr that require no skill and zero capital. Not only that, I've also put links in the description box to those specific businesses so that you can go on Fiverr and see what other people are doing with regards to those industries. Otherwise, I'm going to see you guys in the next Mbali Talks video, and please do join our community by hitting the subscribe button below. It is absolutely free, honey. Cheers.